What's up everyone, ENADZT here, and I got a gameplay for you of me on Battlefield on this one cargo map that I don't exactly know the name of. Oops, I know, I'm an awful person. I haven't played Battlefield in a while, actually. Right now, all my time is being preoccupied by Smite, more Smite, Final Fantasy, Smite, Pokemon Smite, and I'm missing something. Smite, that's what it was. But I haven't actually played Battlefield in a while, and I kind of feel bad about it, but I kind of don't, because, to be honest, this game is not going to be my go-to game as something I want to play for fun. I'm gonna continue to play it because it is, in fact, a fun game. This is a fun game for me to play, and I do enjoy playing it. But I'm not. It's not something that I'm like, oh, I'm addicted. I'm not. It's not something I'm addicted to. That's the difference between this game and a game like Smite, in my opinion. This isn't gonna be some sort of comparison video. Don't worry. I'm gonna end that topic in a few seconds, obviously by whatever I'm gonna put in the title for this. But I just want to touch upon a few things, I guess. Um, as I said, this is not going to be my primary game at all. I don't feel like it's going to be a primary game. It's going to be a game that I'm just going to post gameplay of, and eventually when the gameplay starts dying or I stop wanting to play this game, then the gameplays are going to end. Wow, I really overshot that. Holy crap. Also about the gameplay, I don't exactly know too much what happens. I just know I have it recorded, and it's about just about the perfect time that I want it to be, so I just kind of figured I was going to use it. This is an entire Battlefield gameplay. This is what it's like for me, the entire game at least, that I was in it, I believe. I'm not too sure, but you guys will see how many times I actually died. You guys can kind of get like a bearing of like what point I am at right now in Battlefield, of how good of a player I am. I'm still picking up alien weapons like this G3A3, never seen in my life, just use it right now. Or I just used it in this gameplay for the first time, so I was like, alien weapon! I was just like, nope, whatever. So yeah, what I kind of want to talk about, just kind of life in general right now, in more ways than one at least. So on August 22nd, at the time of recording this, in 3 days, holy crap, 3 more days, I'm going to be leaving for college. And it's going to be the first time I've ever moved out of my house in my entire life. I've lived in the same house for the past 18 years. I've never moved in my life. When I was born, we had just moved in here. Fun fact, the shed downstairs, I just found this out today, actually. The shed that's in the bottom of my house, you can see it in both of the vlogs, probably. The shed down there used to be a meth lab. Yep, meth lab. That was mind-blowing to me. I was like, whew, what? But anyways, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So it's the first time I've actually ever like moved out in my life, and it's just kind of like crazy because I've lived here my entire life, and it's just gonna just stop, and I'm not gonna really live here ever again, in my opinion. I'm gonna be here like during winter break, and I think summer break I'm gonna be here. That's it. Those are the only times I'm ever gonna come back here, and and I'm only gonna come back here about like 8 more times maybe. Unless something like another family disaster happens, which I might talk about this commentary. It's kind of going on right now. I don't know. I don't like to bring in family matters to, I don't like bringing in my personal life to, this, to YouTube. But I know. I might just get it off my shoulders. But we'll see how the commentary goes out from there. So anyways, this is it's the first time I'm ever gonna like be moving out, and it's like I'm there's gonna be like 8 times I'm gonna come back in the next like 4 years, and after that it's not gonna be that often. I mean, I'm gonna come back like maybe like a couple times a year, but after that I really don't know how many more times I'm gonna come back to this place. It's just crazy because like I think of like all the memories I have and everything, and all just everything that's ever been here. I mean, my entire life has been here, and it's kind of like leaving your school. Like I remember like leaving elementary school, middle school, and high school all at the same time. I just like I felt really sad because I was just like, man, I've spent a lot of time here, and this is kind of the biggest one that's hitting me, just because it's like I've lived here for 18 years. I mean, schools. I was at elementary school. I was there for 6 years, kindergarten through 5th grade. Middle school, I was only there for 3 years, and high school I was there for 4 years, which were probably the biggest 4 years of my life, to be honest. I was like, how did that guy kill me? But anyways, no, I'm not crying either. My nose is actually really stuffy right now. My nose has been stuffy for a long time, actually. Anyways, so back to the point. I've really been like, I don't know. It's just a weird feeling for me. So tell me in the comments, actually, how many times have you guys ever moved in your life? I mean, is it really that big of a deal? Am I just freaking out about it? I mean, I feel like living in the same house for 18 years is such a big deal. I remember I was talking to Justin. He was talking about how it was really weird because Justin has moved 4 times in his life, 5 times in his life, something like that. He's moved a lot, but he's always been the one to move, and I've been friends with him all my life. And he's always the one who's moving around, and then finally I'm the one moving around. He says it's completely different, like it's a completely different feeling to be on the other side of someone else moving away from them. And he just said it was also really weird, which I found pretty surprising in my opinion. But again, how many times have you guys moved in your life? I know there's some people who move like literally like 50 times because their parents are like hippies or they don't want to pay rent or not rent, mortgage, whatever they want. But I just imagine there's a lot of people are probably going to say it's like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. You just move, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. I just feel like this move is kind of different for me just because it's been 18 years, and there's going to be people who are going through the same thing, obviously. Like, the people going to community college, it's going to be the same thing when they move out because they've lived there for, 18, 19, 20 years before they move out. Oh, maybe. I don't know how many times they've moved in their life, but I just can't imagine. It's like, it's such a weird feeling to know that I'm never going to be here, and I just get overwhelmed with all the, like, memories I've had here. I could literally spend hours talking about every, like, adventure we went on as, like, kids. It sounds weird, but you guys know what I mean. Like, back when I was a kid, like, in elementary school, oh my god. So, I was gangster, not gonna lie. I was pretty gangster. Yep. Getting all that paper. Is that what they call it? Paper? Yeah, I think that's what they call it. I'm the whitest guy you guys will ever meet in your life, just like that. Almost as white as Green Goblin, but not that white. I know. I'm not that insulting. Life has just kind of been hitting me recently. How much time do I have? Yeah, I have plenty of time. I guess I will talk about it. Life has just kind of been hitting me recently just because, I'm going to be moving out. And just recently, my grandma that's been living with... I've lived with my grandma for the past... It's got to be, like, 8 to 10 years. Like, she's been here 7 to 10 years, I'm going to throw out there. No, 7 to 9, more like that. But she's been here for a long time. And literally, in the blink of an eye, she got infected with cancer again for the second time. And in another blink of the eye, it spread literally throughout her body. And she's been rendered, like, bedridden. And she's basically given the thought, not the thought, but, like, she's given the fact that she could die at any minute. Like, there's literally any minute that she could die right now. And I can't imagine what that's like. And it makes me so sad because she's kind of she's known about it a little bit. She was determined to die like 2 years ago. That's kind of a weird thing to say, but she was kind of like, she was sure she was gonna die because like her dad died in his 80s and her aunt died in her 60s, and she was like, I have to die in my 70s. I'm like, what? No. she just figured like, oh, there's no more places for me to die. Might as well die now. No. Oh. It was a really morbid joke, to be honest. It was really messed up for her to say, but we just kind of played along with it. We knew she was joking. Well, we thought she was joking. But I just can't imagine that, to be told that you could die any minute now. You could live for the next 2 years, or you could die tomorrow. And it's crazy because of how fast it happened. It literally happened on my birthday. She was hospitalized, and I was never told, actually. I haven't been told most of what happened, actually, because my mom and my grandma don't really want to tell me, just because it's like, or they didn't want to tell me. I did ask them eventually, and they told me, or mom told me. But eventually, I just kind of like pieced together everything, and they told me everything. And it's like I think on my birthday, she was hospitalized, and she found out that cancer had spread near her spine, but not completely onto her spine. And it was to the point where it's like, if she moved too much, then it could actually paralyze her because her spine was so weak. And it's just been crazy how much her life has been turned around. And literally, I think it's been about a month, and she's gone from being upright, walking, carrying groceries, to bedridden with cancer in literally almost every limb of her body right now. And it's just crazy how she's even still alive. But it's not too bad because the way my mom described it before was literally like she's writhing in pain, and the way she described it in the car while we were driving over to the hospital, I'm not gonna lie, I was crying actually because I was just, like it just makes me so sad to even think about that because I do love my grandma, but it's like it was awful just to think about it. But to be honest, it's actually not that bad because when we looked at her, she was actually in almost good enough shape to breathe on her own. She has like the little thing that goes in her nose, like it's not that like huge like breathing machine, but it's the little tube that like you just stick in your nose, and then if you want to like clear out your nose, you just take it out, like sneeze or whatever you have, and you just put it back in. It's not like huge, but she used to be able. She's like I don't even know where I was going with that, but she like wasn't able to breathe without it. And then now when I joined, when my brother and I went to the hospital to see her, she was able to almost get rid of it completely because she had like the right amount of breathing capabilities, I guess. And she's almost ready to stand up on her own, and she can she's gonna have her wheelchair, and there's a lot of things she can't do anymore. But it's just really depressing because everything that's going on is just I can't believe how fast it's changed. I just don't believe it. So, moral of the story is life can hit you fast, life can hit you hard. Try and live at least. YOLO. Yeah, I'm going to end it with the YOLO. That's what's up. No, I'm not going to end it right there. But anyways, I hope you guys you enjoyed my, I don't know, whining, my sap story, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. It's just been what's going on in my life recently, and it's just kind of, it's just kind of hitting me. Really, it's kind of sad, but the other thing I was going to say is that she's actually, pretty much the only way she can go out right now is peacefully. And so like if her blood pressure rises or drops too much, then she's just going to go to sleep, and then it's just going to cause her to pass out a little bit, and then she's just going to go to sleep. That's the end of the gameplay, though. I'm going to a black screen. Sorry for you guys having to listen to that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed a little bit of it, at least the first part, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, though. See ya.